you all hear me okay? The mask? Okay, great. Before we begin our program, I just wanted to honor and recognize the indigenous land and people who cared for it, the indigenous peoples of Turtle Island, peoples whose sovereignty, culture, and very lives were violated by colonial policy. Here, just west of where land meets water, is the historical land of the Council of Three Fires, the Confederation Nations of the Ottawa, Chippewa, and Potawatomi Nations. Steeped in Islamic values of social justice and rigorous scholarship, AIC offers undergraduate and graduate degree programs to students of all faiths and backgrounds. We promote an appreciation for the scope and richness of Islam through impactful teaching and informative public events highlighting Islam's intellectual, artistic, and cultural expressions. So please visit our website for more information, aicusa.edu. We're so excited to have with us, and we're very honored to have with us members of the group Chalaban, today in collaboration with the Old Town School of Folk Music's Ojalá Residency. We welcome them, and I'd like to also invite Ronnie Malley, who's a musician, to come up, and he will introduce the program for this evening.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much, Alana. Thank you for coming on today. We have a very special treat, and we are showing, today we're going to have a little workshop with some members from the group Chalaban, who are from Morocco, via Hungary, via the world, really. And they're going to be speaking about something that we don't often hear about, which is Gnawa music. And I'm just going to leave it to them to explain all that. I just want to make some quick acknowledgments to say thank you so much to the Doris Duke Foundation for Islamic Art for helping sponsor this event and many other events that are to come. We have many artists coming here throughout the whole year, and what we're trying to do is build bridges with the Muslim communities and the communities that they live in America, particularly this year in Chicago. And we will be working with the Old Town School of Folk Music with this particular grant to bring many artists. So our next residency, for example, will be next week. We'll be bringing an artist, Elhaj Diouf from Senegal. And after that, another group from Morocco called Cabaret Sheikhat. And throughout the entire year, you will find these residencies from people from the entire Muslim world. This is all free. This is available for you. And we want to thank also very, very much the American Islamic College for hosting us and for being a wonderful partner with us on this residency as well. So that's enough from me. I think without further ado, let us welcome to the stage here Mr. Saeed Ashiti and Al Hassan from the group Chalaban. Thank you.
No. Yeah, juste later. Thank you. I'm very happy and honored to be here and to talk about music in an Islamic center, Islamic college. I had really a very, very old story in my life when I arrived to Budapest, and there was an event organized by European Union, and I met with, there was a Danish, a woman from Denmark, and came to me and to say that, oh, finally I'm Muslim, and finally I can show that in my Muslim culture, I can have this possibility to talk not only about religion, but I can also talk about music. And there is this part of, this aspect of the religion exists in this religion. And I say that it's absolutely exists, something which exists. The music before, during, and it still exists in Islamic world because it's part of Islam. And in Morocco especially, it's very, very special situation. We have very, very strong culture and strong traditions, which even the most radical movement in Islam cannot destroy, because people still attached to this specificity of Moroccan Islam. And this is how we say that now we cannot, the profane and the sacred our sacred, right, is not separated. It's absolutely one. It means that the religion is more global, it includes everything. And that's why people, when they are talking about love, about life, about everything, they are also talking in the same poem, in the same about God, about the sacred. And this is very interesting. There is also another story which is showing how is strong this culture, and sometimes I can recognize it, sometimes it's stronger than a religion. Is the tattoo in Islam. It's something which is absolutely recognized that is forbidden. The tattoo in Islam is not there. But for example, in the Berber culture, it's a part of tradition. And instead, Berber people are very attached to Islam. They keep this symbol because for them this is the symbol of to be part of tribe, or to communicate to people, I'm married or I'm single, or to communicate. So you find the same symbols in the faces, especially in women's faces. You find it in the carpets, you find it everywhere. And if I want to talk about Gnawa music, which is coming from Black African roots to the North Africa, it's very recent. It's even in Morocco, it's the last big culture established in the North Africa. Because before, this Islam or Arabs arrived to North Africa only in the 6th century. Before that, there was a big Berber civilization. The presence of Christians, and especially Jews, Moroccan, is older than the presence of Islam. And all these communities found this field and they shared, not all time in peace. There was sometimes also some kind of ghetto, and the Berbers moved to the mountains to protect their culture sometimes. But finally it gives a new culture. We call it, at least I call it the Moroccan culture, with very big contracts, very big, I don't know, sometimes really I cannot say, am I Berber, or I'm Arab, or I'm Black African, or I don't know where is the borders in my body. Originally, my mother is very white Berber woman. My father is very, very black African man. He's coming from this slavery route from deep Africa to the north of Morocco. My father's was freed by Arabic family. So I'm not talking about 100 years, it's absolutely the recent, the actual Morocco. And this region, the south of Morocco, was the last part of Morocco where the slavery system was resisting. In Mauritania, only in 83 when they finished officially with slavery. So it's very, very long, how we say, very long stories, and it's very long route from Africa to arrive to the North Africa, to Morocco, Algeria, and part of Tunisia. And here we can talk about the power of black music, or black African music. Where this music arrived, there is no resistance. These people take this animalist African culture and adapt it to the local situation. It happened in Haiti, and it gives, I think, candomblé. It's new, the people, so they come from Africa. We have this ritual music, we have trance music. Now in Haiti, they combined it with the local and with the geographic situation. It happened also in Brazil. In Brazil there is candomblé. In Haiti is voodoo, sorry. And the same in North Africa. It happened with they brought this ritual and they made with Islam, and they didn't change a lot of things. So they keep almost the ritual, but now we should find a new language to communicate it with these local people and to create this Gnawa ritual music with Islamic word, with the many references to as Islam and to tolerance and the openness of this religion, and to create it becomes one of the most strongest culture, because each Moroccan feel that this Gnawa music is part of him. You find, if you are Berber, you feel that this music is yours. If you are Arab, you feel that this music is yours. If you are, even if you are Jewish, you feel that this music is yours. It's absolutely including all communities to inside this music. So I can make just to clarify how it becomes between two situations. In Islamic world, there is how we call Wahhabism in Saudi Arabia, and one of very strong act that Muhammad Abdul Wahhab, who was initiating the Wahhabism, that he destroyed all the saints. And for them in this Wahhabism, it's kind of purification. The connection between man and God should be without any intermediate. It's direct. In Morocco, we didn't have this situation. In Morocco, we believe that you can use all the tools to communicate your love to God. So one, you have to have many saints in Morocco. Even the name of the cities is connected to saints. That's why we say Sidi Abdul Moment, Sidi Abdullah, Sidi. It's connected. And it's important to be connected with God. You need to use language, music, trance, everything. All the roots are taking you to the God. That's why this music is absolutely kind of meditation to reach this absolute. That's why all Morocco is connected to God, because it's a very conservative country, but we use all the art to reach the love of God. I cannot defend that Morocco is better than Saudi Arabia or Saudi, because it's just to say that it's the way how people choose the way to be connected to God. For me, it's more comfortable because I'm a musician, and I'm happy that in Morocco we have more tradition connecting me to God, and the music is absolutely kind of this. So this is just a very large image presentation about where Gnawa music is coming from, and finally this Gnawa music started with absolutely other languages, other African roots, is now in Arabic language. And today you find a lot of big Ma'allim who are absolutely not black people, and absolutely white, Berber or Arabs who adopted this culture, and they are sharing and continuing, and it's absolutely live culture today. So I will play the first song now, just shortly, called Hamdushia. So it's very known Gnawa song, and when Gnawa are singing to the other community, Hmadja, who are from other cities and absolutely Arab, with some ritual melanging, even not only Sunni Islam, but bringing a lot of Shiite Islam inside. So Hamdushia is song from Gnawa to Hmadja from this repertoire. So enjoy it. بابا الحبيبة ما خافك حالي يا بابا وما خافك حالي يا با الحبيبية أنا لا ولا لأمي يا بابا يا بابا والأمي يا بابا مسال علي أنا سلبتوني يا با سيدي سلبتوني يا با والدنيا غدارة يا بابا والدنيا غدارة ما تدومش فيها أنا سلبتوني يا با سيدي سلبتوني Shukran. So, just because we are here also to, not just to talk about music, we tried sometimes to play some pieces, but I would like to introduce the instrument of Gnawa. So the main instrument is the gambri. And the gambri is coming from the family of Gnawa Western African music, Nguni. and we have two kind of gambri in Morocco. There is a category when it's one part of wood, and just we cover it with the camel skin, and we use the animal les intestins. Well. And that's it. It's very simple. And the original gambri, we don't have keys. The original one, in the traditional way, we use just we take it. Yeah, we tie it, absolutely. Just now in Europe, in world music, to play with piano or with saxophone, you need to tune it regularly. So that's why we use another kind of modern stuff. So the traditional one is completely different. We play it, so it's important to use part for percussion and part to give melodies and to play. This is the most important instrument, and it's played only by Ma'allam, or the master of Gnawa. So he's the man who is leading the ceremony, al-Hadra. And we call it also lila, which means night, or we call it jidba, which is trance. So the ceremony starts at night and it finished in the morning. It's a long ceremony starting with the sacrifice. As I say, the beginning is coming from animalist culture. It's important to sacrifice an animal as of hand and to offer it and to prepare food for all people who are invited. The most important that all the religious brotherhood in Morocco, they are related to one saint. So his man who was dead, and his marabout he's considered as a saint space. Gnawa is the only brotherhood in Morocco who had no specific space. They are connected to Sidna Bilal, who is the muezzin of the Prophet, and all the ritual is considered their big saint in Gnawa culture. Their ritual can be organized everywhere, in the houses, in the mosque, everywhere, but they are not connected to one space. This is the specific thing for Gnawa people. The other instrument, very, very important, is the qraqab. And this instrument, we call it qraqab because it sounds for Moroccans like qarab, 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 qarab. So the word is coming from qraqab, it's become qarab. And there is the wood version, which is, we call it qraqash, because it sounds crash, 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 crash. It becomes crash. It's more crash, crash than qarab, qarab. So there are two different wood. Easy to play because you have one important rhythm. Is the imitation of the horses when they are moving. So if we make it like horses, you will see that together, especially with two qraqash, and you will see that this is the basic rhythm, the most natural rhythm we get in Gnawa. So it's absolutely easy. You'd like to prepare, to try to make, to you? Tough to see if you can make the horses, so? Just? try this. It's easier. The wood is very hard, but this is can be easier because just. Want to try? No?
So put them and then like let them hang. Yeah, that helps. There you go.
And perfect.
We have a table here.
You can do it without, just.
In Morocco, when they go to war, it's mostly horses.
Not only war, in life, the horses are was the motor of the economy. You know, yeah. It's and still we have a big horse culture in Morocco. The Arab horses are and Berber horses also are very in Morocco. You find very beautiful horses. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, very good. Yeah. وعندي sorry. And it's very interesting that this rhythm is very close to the nature. This is the basic rhythm. And you know that, for example, we say that the whole, in Arab poems, we brought, how we say, the mizan in the poems.
Meter.
The meters in the Arab poems is coming exactly from this, from the nature. It's coming from the horses and from the artisan. from them we took all the rhythm we know to come from artisanal. People are singing and working, or traveling and singing, and we built poems, songs, and etc. In Gnawa rhythms, they say that they have took a lot of the local melodies and they take it to this Gnawa Black African feeling. And we will see that the Moroccan Shabi is based on one rhythm. The most we know it even in Arabic music, we call it Maghrebi. And this is, for example, in the Arabic, this is not a Gnawa instrument, this is Bendir. It's more Berber, more Arabic. And the most famous rhythm is this one. This is when Moroccan Arabs or Berber playing this rhythm. In Africa, it exists in Black Africa, and just if you keep it, this rhythm. And I will ask my colleague Hassan to change one from this to change it to Karkabat, and it becomes more Afro, more. So he will start in this rhythm العاب المغربي، ومن بعد غادي تقلبوا تحطوا تهز القرقبات ونكملوا تشوفوا. حمودة. Shukran. And we can jump and we say the rhythm, it's absolutely a Berber, and even in Gnawa music we call it Susia. It doesn't exist anywhere in Arabic or in Moroccan music, especially just in this Susia. And it's and it exists also in Black African, but in Morocco, absolutely, it's very, Susia is coming from Sousse, the region of Agadir. To use just there is a strange thing in this Gnawa music. I don't know how it works exactly, one thing. You know, this music is built and dedicated for therapeutic use. So people who are obsessed by jinn arrived and asked to organize lila. And the Muallim should know, he play a repertoire, calling all the jinns, all the spirits, to clean the soul of this man. There is, when these jinns are Muslims, everything is okay. What happened when this spirit is Jews? And then there is kind of repertoire organized, but it's secret repertoire, to play this repertoire, not because they are Jewish, just because there is the use of the alcohol in this ceremony. And the organized. Personally, really, I don't know the repertoire, how, but it exists, the repertoire. But it shows that also that this category, this music is absolutely able to be adapted to the whole situations. So it's a really interesting part. And I'd like really to, at least to discover this repertoire played to free people from Jewish, bad Jewish spirits as well. So it's kind of, and it happens also, especially in Sawira, where there is a big Moroccan Jewish community that's living there. So that's any question, because I'm not an academic who has a big presentation to say, and after I finish and I close my book and I leave. So it's open door. Just.
This is much more fun than an academic presentation.
Okay, so especially with my English, with the French and the Moroccan accent, it can be more
You only
interesting.
speak 4 languages. I'm sorry. So.
Okay, but so any question? I'm here.
Yeah, I have a question. Number one, the now music of the tradition, is that similar to the Sufism or this or different?
It's considered as Sufism, part of Sufism, because it's related also to brotherhood, and they are playing music, kind of music, which is dedicated to the purification. But they have, personally, I feel that it's really kind of music which is very, very connected between the profane and the sacred. Because in Sufism you are dedicated your life to God, and you are even, we call it Sufism because we don't care about the material part of life. We dedicate our life, our body, and everything to God, and we move just to this part. In Gnawa, you don't have. There are even the repertoire is there is now a kind of repertoire played in the public places just for fun, and for fun, and not especially to have. And they have large repertoire also, which is profane, just to talk about life. So that's why I cannot consider it that's 100% Sufi. Even in Sufi music, usually in Morocco, there is few instruments. It's more vocal, more vocal than instrumental.
Is there a dancing walk too? Do they go along the Sufism?
The dance part is absolutely this melange between African dance and the Sufi dance. Yes, they are touring. They are using the hand a lot for trance, but the dancers usually are people who are assisting this ceremony. The people arrive to the center of the lila, of the space where they organize the night, and you feel that they come to free themselves from and anybody can be the dancer then. Not only, the Gnawa are more musicians than dancers. So the dancers are the audience who come to free themselves. Yeah. Yes. Sorry. Okay. So.
So how old is Gnawa music, and how far east or south, or does it extend? Did it originate in the south of Morocco or beyond that? I'd like to know.
Interesting. History is clear when it arrived to Morocco because it arrived in the 16th century. It's established in the North Africa. It was the period when Moroccan kings and Arab traders brought a lot of black from Black Africa, from sub-Saharan Africa to the north as slaves and soldiers. And they brought them as big communities established almost in all Moroccan imperials. You find Gnawa in the big Moroccan cities, Tangier, Rabat, Casablanca, Fez, Meknes, Essaouira, and Agadir. This is almost the biggest city of Gnawa culture. And there is the other category of this slavery culture in the Berber, small villages, where I'm coming from. And we call it not Gnawa, we call it Ganga. So, but we don't use this Gnawa instrument. We don't use Gambri, and we have only Karkabat and Tbal, which is big drums. But the repertoire is very, very limited. Well, very, very short repertoire musically. So that's why I can say about the geographic and the history of presence of Gnawa in North Africa.
I have a question about the connection with Haiti, like in Haiti.
Yeah.
Voodoo culture, and within the voodoo culture, a similar use of drums and music and dance to invite the spirits. Do you feel that this is kind of the reversal, like where, as it was adapted with Islam, like to remove jinn instead of things like that? Because I know within voodoo culture, the invitation of the spirits sometimes inhabit the human and create like really intense experiences for the participants where they're engaging with the spirit world. So with Gnawa, it's more healing. So is it more about the extraction of jinn too? And also what other healing happens through Gnawa?
Yes, both is and in Gnawa also, I don't know how it will work. It works in Voodoo, but in Gnawa we use all the senses to manage the night. Every song in the ritual, you are using a special color. There is a woman who is leading the ceremony, who has using the colors and putting the colors on the dancer. So there is the change of the song. Then you have encens, les encens, bkhor. Incense. And all this helps absolutely to free people from the bad spirit, and of course to introduce a positive genes and to invite them. This is connected because it's kind of to believe, because in Islam it's considered like this. The Prophet say, I'm coming here, my message is coming from the human or for jinn. And Prophet was communicating to the jinns in the same way how he was talking to humans. It's so hard to convict people who are not believing of the presence of jinn. And finally, I was successful my experience was successful to convict people to believe that even if we don't see jinn, they are existing since the Wi-Fi is existing. Because we believe that Wi-Fi exists. and I don't see him. So this is my logic. So,
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the role of women in Gnawa. You just mentioned right now about women leading some aspects of it. But can you talk about women in
yes.
Gnawa?
It's interesting because this is, we call it muqaddama. In Gnawa ritual, the woman is muqaddama. It means she is a lady, in absolutely the word. And but she's just like the manager of the night. She's choosing. She has the colors. She's putting the colors on the dancer. She's changing the incense. She's absolutely the maestro of the ceremony, but she's not playing music. In this, she is not singing. She is not. But she can be dancer. Many women come and to be in trance and to be part of the ceremony as dancer, but not as singer. In the 21st century, hopefully, now we have very, very good Gnawa women playing very good gambari. I know really very, especially in Sawira. They are great musicians, and yeah, it's kind, it's very short story. It's 5th century, so it takes maybe 5th century. Now, in few times, we will have the opposite. Then man will be the master of ceremony, and women will be playing this kind of music. Why not? Inshallah.
One question. Is Gnawa always sung in Arabic, or are there other languages?
The Gnawa are singing all time in Arabic, or in Moroccan dialect, but they are using a lot of words coming from sub-Saharan. We call all the sub-Saharan culture, we call it Sudan. It's considered for Moroccan. Sudan because it's come from Aswad, from Sud. So it means black. And this word, because it's an oral culture, we lost a lot of the meaning in Gnawa culture. So by time, we have even some word, Fangaroo, we have Chalaban, we have, I don't know, word coming from Kuyu, Kuyu, we have many, many words. We don't know the exact meaning, and we still singing in, so we have, especially the language from Bambara. From Bambara.
Bambara, Hausa, Yoruba.
Yeah.
Yoruba, si.
Many, and really, even I say in Chalaban, the band repertoire, we have a song, we call it Jarama. And when I was asking what is Jarama, because in Arabic I don't know this word, what does it mean? And Western African musician friend, he told me, oh, that it means thank you. And they said, okay, we play Jarama, so it means, but it has no connection with Arabic language. So we discovered that, yeah, this big connection with Western African, but yeah, the main language is Moroccan dialect. Yeah, avec plaisir. عيشة يا لا لا عيشة يا ولا لا عيشة خدم القناوي واويلي أو السلب العيش والهلكة وعيش والقراوي والسوداني وعيش عيش يا شاي ولا العيش خدم القراوي ولا العيش خدم ولا العيش خدم القراوي وانا عيشة ويا الله لا اله الا الله يا عيشة وعويشة ويا الله لا اله الا الله يا مولاة المرجى ويا الله لا اله الا الله وانا السلبة البنات يا الله لا اله الا الله وانا عيشة الله يا عيشة وعويشة يا مولاة المرجى وانا السلبة البنات والسلبة العيال مالي يا ربي مالي يا مالي من دون الناس ولا اله الا الله يا لا اله الا الله يا شكرا thank you I would like to add one last thing important also in Gnawa music and just if we are talking anthropology and signification the song of this metallic stuff in this music is exactly for kind of interpretation is referring to the chain because when they came and you are chained and they were dancing and it's they kept this song or this sound and they kept for in their music. So this is why this metallic song still existing in this music. So that's why.
اكثريه الاغاني سعيد فجاو
Yeah, exactly.
فجاو كيهضروا على سوفرونس ديالهم.
Yeah. The first song exactly was exactly this people. This category was talking absolutely about this sufferance, suffering, and the trip because okay, it's just crossing of the desert to reach North Africa, but it's also a long trip, and it's not all time their volunteer to leave sub-Saharan Africa to reach North Africa. So it was yes, sad story, bad story, and the result hopefully was not so bad. I'm proud to be part of Gnawa culture. Thank you. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Any question, anything, or have tea and coffee? Voilà. Thank you.
شكرا جزيلا. Give our friends a round of applause. This is really just something amazing. Thank you. Chalaban. Thank you so much. Roman, you want to come?
Yeah, sure. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for sharing with us the history of Gnawa music and introducing the college to such beautiful tradition.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your trip.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you so much. يلا حلو حلو.
Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I did want to ask if you knew the significance of the colors and what they mean.
I know the colors, but I don't know the signification why. For example, when they play, when you use the blue color, it's absolutely biblical reference. It's for Sidna Musa. It's the sea, you know.
That makes sense.
And it's clear.
So it's like water.
Yeah, water.
Okay.
And it's the blue. We use the color blue.
Okay.
And it's kind of, but sometimes it's referred to a local color special color, but for specific. Just I have this concrete example which is more universal, Bible, and you find it in Islam.
with the
Yeah. Yeah, they use the incense and they use and they call the call of the spirit.
Yeah, I truly enjoyed you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm going to send this to you. So we're both involved with the management, everything.
Thank you for showing.
Thank you.
Where are you going?
Montreal.
Wow.
In 2 days.
I was just like, oh my
But we will come back.
I was like, such a proud moment, you know?
For you too. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can I take a picture?
Yeah, of course. Take your time.
There you are.
Recording.
The best.
Forget the book. I wanted to buy it, but I was already capped out on weight. I couldn't put it anywhere. There you go. Saeed, this is my good friend Amira.
Amira.
Amira is a wonderful dancer, choreographer, just all-around beautiful artist, really, and a beautiful person too. It's really amazing.